Dear students, welcome to this session on women's writing. Today, we will be discussing the poem titled Draupadi by Sudepa Bhattacharya. The poem deconstructs the masculine language by portraying Draupadi as a rebellious character. I hope you are familiar with the tragic heroine Draupadi of the Hindu epic Mahabharata. She is often portrayed as a woman with an aura, as an exemplary woman. In this poem, she is portrayed as an ordinary woman with earthly desires, just as a flesh and blood character, and how she might have felt when she had to undergo so many predicaments in her life. So we find Draupadi as a wife, as a mother, and all the losses that she had to suffer. Before we move into the poem, I think I should mention a few words about Draupadi. She is the daughter of King Drupada and therefore the name Draupadi. So the kingdom was also known as Panjala and therefore she also had an alternative name that is Panjali. And Drupada conducted a Swayamvara, and anybody who was able to shoot a revolving target, to send an arrow onto a revolving target, would alone win Draupadi. And the Pandavas, Arjuna, was expected to do that in a very smart way, and then what happened? Ultimately, she became the wife of Panchapandavas. When they were living in exile, their mother Kunti used to say that whatever you got as bhiksha, you can share it equally among all your brothers. And when they came back with Draupadi, Arjuna said, "Mother, look at what we have brought today." So Kunti did not see what they brought, and then she asked them all to share it equally. And thus, Draupadi has to live a fivefold marriage, fraternal polyandry. So she became the wife of Panchapandavas, and that itself is an unusual marital life. And it was said that, or Draupadi would become the cause for the destruction of what do you call a whole community. And what happened in Mahabharata? The battle between Pandavas and Kauravas. And during that battle, Pandavas lost all their material wealth and they had to pawn themselves before Kauravas. And when they played dice, what Yudhishthira did is he put Draupadi at stake. And the tricky Shakuni, he played the dice and happily said that I won. And finally, poor Draupadi was brought before the assembly and she was dishonored. They tried to remove her garments. Dushasana grabbed her by her hair and tried to remove her upper garments. And meanwhile, her husbands had to sit with their heads bowed down. None of them could help her. It was Lord Krishna who appeared, and the timely intervention of Lord Krishna protected the honor of Draupadi. And Draupadi is often portrayed as Krishna Sakhi. Krishna was very affectionate towards Draupadi, and it is said that Draupadi and Krishna had somewhat similar complexion. Anyhow, Draupadi was asked to put forth 3 wishes, and she said her husbands must be freed from slavery. And she requested, secondly, she requested Kauravas to return the weapons of her husbands. And she was so confident that her husbands would win everything back if they had freedom and the weapons. And she was always cautious to protect the honor of the family. She made her parents proud. She made her husband proud, and she wanted her children to feel that they are the children of a very proud mother. And she also tried to protect the honor of her in laws. So you find Draupadi as an exemplary character. But what happened to Draupadi as a mother? She had many sons, but they were Pradivindhya, Sutasoma, Sataniga, Shrutakarma, and Shrutasena. But they were all killed by Ashwatthama during the battle of Mahabharata. So, as a mother, she was robbed of all her happiness. As a wife, she was actually dishonored by being the wife of five, by like Yudhishthira putting her at stake and being dishonored in the midst of an assembly and nobody trying to help her. So, in all these ways, Draupadi was humiliated. But, like, she has to be respected for her personality. She is a very controversial figure, a very complex character. And finally, what happened when Pandavas, when they were mounting to heaven, Draupadi falls from the cliff and she cannot reach heaven. And it is Bhima who pacifies her during her last breath. So her life seems to be largely futile. As a wife, she was not respected, or as a mother, she could not find fulfillment. So the failed relationships of Draupadi are analyzed through this poem. And Bhima brings the Shiromani from Ashwatthama's head to Draupadi. But all these victories are namesake, or it seems to be meaningless for her because she never enjoyed her position as a wife, or she never enjoyed her motherhood. So ultimately, Draupadi seems to be a tragic heroine. So let us move into the poem. The poem is about Draupadi, a mythical princess. Draupadi, as she proceeds to reveal the hollowness of her celebrated status as the queen and bearer of the burden of the family's honor, is shown to be a flesh and blood woman with earthly desires. She is shown lamenting her fate as the poem progresses as a tale of failed relationships and subsequent loss of her personal happiness. Draupadi has 5 husbands, but she has none. Unfortunately, nobody could rescue her when she was humiliated in public. A woman with a single husband would have been treated in a better way, but a woman with 5 mighty husbands had to suffer so much, and that's why it is said practically she has none. She had 5 sons and was never a mother. So her dissatisfied motherhood, she lost her sons Pradivindhya, Sutasoma, Shrutasena, Satanika, and Shrutakarma. They were all killed by Ashwatthama. The Pandavas have given Draupadi no joy, no sense of victory, no honor as wife, no respect as mother, only the status of a queen. So this is futile to treat her as a queen and never to give her the happiness of an ordinary mother, the happiness of an ordinary wife. So this is really tragic, unfortunate. So she never enjoyed happiness as a wife. She could never savor the ecstasy of a victory in battle. But they all have gone. I am left with a lifeless jewel and an empty crown. So my baffled motherhood wrings its hands and strives to weep. So she's totally perplexed. Why am I a mother? And I am left with an empty crown. After all, winning or being victorious is really in vain if a mother has no happiness, if a wife is not honored by her husband. All these are meaningless. So Draupadi is lamenting about her pathetic plight. She lost the ordinary happiness that an ordinary woman would have enjoyed in her life. She was never privileged to have any sort of such happiness. So that is how the poem ends. So this is a different portrayal of Draupadi. So in the epic Mahabharata, you find many different picturizations of Draupadi, but here we find like we feel sympathy towards this character for what she had to tolerate. I hope the poem is clear to you. I'll give you some word files for extra reading so you will understand the tragic plight of Draupadi better. Thank you.